Because Disco Elysium is currently free on the Epic Store, I wanted to revisit this New York Times article that published in September earlier this year about not only the game, but specifically the kind of controversy, the lore behind the studio that made it. If you are in our gaming book club, Pixels and Prose, where we analyze narrative-driven games through a literary and artistic lens, we are currently playing Disco Elysium for our game of the month of November and actually a little bit December too, just because it's the holidays. The story follows this like super beat up detective. This is actually how you wake up in the game for the first time, and I would just say you would be in for a lot of surprises if you've never played a game like this. I think most of us haven't until we played Disco Elysium. You're essentially there to solve a murder, but also grapple with the fact that you've entirely lost your memory. The article does celebrate why this game has attracted so much attention over the years, specifically that we are in desperate need for sustenance in our experiences, in our consumption of media, from literature to movies to video games specifically here. So this game, it actually describes them as creating something so radical took a team of outsiders, a group of socialist punks and artists from Estonia who had never made a video game before. Despite any controversies that you are seeing about the people behind this video game, it was very impressive that this was made in a time where companies were essentially investing mostly in first-person shooter games or live service games, had a track record of success, and obviously we're seeing some kind of differences now with games like Baldur's Gate and Expedition 33. The article goes into describe quote unquote the irony of like the battle over the key themes that are presented in the video game that also are happening behind the scenes. These themes that are heavily explored are essentially class, labor, and capital. The article goes in to describe the game, this being D&D meets a cop show, which I think is very on point. Now, if you're a fan of writers like Jason Schreier, who wrote Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, that goes really in depth into how much kind of sacrifice goes into making a video game, how much risk goes into it, how much money goes into it, I would highly recommend reading this piece because it is a little bit like a chapter in his book. So if you are in our gaming book club, Pixels and Prose, I recommend you read this piece before our next gathering on January 18th. And if you are not in our book club and would like to join, just comment Discord below and I'll send you a link.